Are you struggling to get your team to really think and act like business owners, to move your business forward with you? Are you even struggling to find the right people that can pull this off and that want to put their hearts into this business and really create something great with you? We have the proven leadership system to help you move your business beyond 10 million. And we've helped hundreds of others on this same path move forward over the last couple of decades. We can help you. The first step as a leader, the most important role that you have is to set the vision. So in this video, what I want to do is to help you see what that means practically, what you can do with it. So we want you to be able to clearly articulate the vision with your team, how you do that, to make a plan to execute against that, and then how you need to champion that vision through to the end. What that looks like in a daily, practical way, so you can help align your team and get everyone moving forward. Excited for the things we're going to talk about. First issue of setting the vision is to articulate it clearly with your team. It has two parts. First one, let's just get it nailed down. Like, what is a vision and what's it for? There's been a lot of research done, a lot of work done, and we've seen it play out in every industry we've ever worked with, which is almost every industry out there. And that is, people are different than machines. Like, that didn't take any kind of research to tell me that, but that's just the way it is, right? We don't lead machines. We don't lead processes. We don't lead departments. We lead people, and people will not be led unless we're addressing the things that matter most to them. This is what the research has actually shown, that people are motivated. Now, there's a word, right? I can't seem to motivate my people. Here's something. People are motivated by meaning, and they're searching for that in life. They're looking for meaning, they're looking for belonging, and they want to have a sense of contribution to that something that matters, that meaning. Those are the three things that drive human behavior: meaning, belonging, and a sense of contribution. Now, there's other short-term things and zings and dopamines and hits, but when it comes to long-term sustainable motivation, the thing that moves people to give, to sacrifice, to be a part of something great, to really stretch themselves, to try new things. So your vision, when you're setting the vision, need to encompass these three areas. So we help people do this in a very practical way. Let's talk about the first part, which is meaning. And we've talked about this in other videos that we have, and so I'm going to touch on this lightly. You're looking for the purpose, the why. And if you can't lead your business with a why, a purpose beyond just profits, you'll never be a visionary leader. But everyone I've ever met has the ability to do this. Not everyone's willing to, but everyone has the ability. And it starts by asking a simple question of, why do you do what you do? If you had all the money in the world and all the time, what's the impact you would want to have? What change would you like to see in the world that you feel you could have an impact on? That you could move the needle, right? You could make a change. You could make a difference. That's the answer to that question is part of your why, part of that meaning that you're creating. We call it your purpose. We get that purpose aligned and clear where everybody knows what it is, and that means something. So for instance, for my own business, our purpose is to realize potential. It's to help others realize potential. And that means a lot to my team. It has dual meaning. Realize meaning become aware of. Say, wow, I can see, I had no idea the possibilities. We love to help people become aware of the possibilities, to realize that potential, what really is within them. And we have a fundamental belief that all people, like anyone, can dream and achieve anything that they set their minds to, right? We believe in people and their dream. So when we think potential, think limitless. So become aware of your own limitless potential. And then realize has a second meaning to us and our team to make it actually happen. Make it real. So become aware of that limitless potential and then really make it happen. The practical, tactical stuff to pull it off. So this is our purpose. But what's yours? That being our purpose, my team's driven by it. We care about it. We talk about it. We do all sorts of things about it. We plan about it. We measure against it. But that's that purpose. We realize potential. Our mission is this sense of contribution, right? We talked about meaning, purpose. We talked about belonging and sense of contribution. We'll get to belonging last. But this sense of contribution is we measure against it. A very specific, measurable goal, which for us, help others realize their potential 1,500 times by the end of 2026. We have a very specific way we're measuring that. We know what counts, what doesn't, and we track it on a weekly basis. Everybody knows, and we're working hard towards it, and it's meaningful. Now, when we want to put in the extra hours, it's to help another person realize their potential. Why do we want to bring on more clients? Help them realize more potential. Why do we want our clients to stay with us and do the hard work, make the changes, do their growth, right? Celebrate the growth with them. It's to help them reach their potential. And my team is excited about that. They wake up Monday mornings jumping out of bed like, I get to go help people realize their potential today. That matters. The middle piece in there, this sense of belonging, this comes from your core values. It's identifying who shares the same deep beliefs, the same priorities of how we make decisions, of core priorities. There's always going to be differences, but that these core priorities and values are shared. Those shared core values help you to move faster. They help people to belong sooner and more deeply. Ever notice on Friday afternoon, people are pretty excited, heading off to the weekend, things they want to do, and you might look at it and say, I wish they would do that during the week. Seems like they have no motivation during the week, and then the weekend, boom, they come alive. Well, that's because they're going off to do something with their tribe, or they're doing something meaningful. They feel like they're having an impact. And so they leave to go and live their best life as they leave your workplace. The vision helps them enter your workplace, living their best lives, finding that meaning, belonging, and a sense of contribution. We've got to get clear. We need to define them. We have to define out what the values actually are. We have to define what the purpose is. We have to define what this mission is, the sense of contribution piece that we're all working towards, the scorecard we care most about. And those things all matter, but we have to do that in a way that's with them. We have to articulate that with our team. This may not be for all business owners, and that's okay. The proven leadership system to grow to 10 million and beyond is tied to this belief and this practice of co-creating. So if you're not willing to co-create or create this vision with your team, instead of just dictating what everything is, you're not willing to co-create it with them, along with how we execute that and the rest of how this business grows, this series probably isn't for you. Co-creation is a key and essential piece to becoming a great visionary leader, because what you're doing is you are enrolling them from the beginning. So the plan they're going to execute on isn't someone else's plan. It's their own plan. Now, it may be that it was the same as your original plan, but because they were part of, they were pulled in on, they got to give input to, they see their fingerprints all over the vision and all over the plan. They are committed to make it work. No one wants to feel like they set up a cruddy plan. They are enrolled, they are engaged, they are all in. Let them co-create the future with you. Remember how you used to be carrying this business on your back? Remember how you felt like the bottleneck of everything? How everyone was waiting on you for everything? Let people see the future with you. We've had so many business owners say, wow, what a shift. Since the team got fully engaged with us in building this vision and the plan and executing on it, I feel like I'm running to keep up with my team. Imagine that, right? What a difference. Running to keep up with my team because they're moving so quickly to execute. That's a difference of leading versus managing. So first step, again, was articulate the vision. How do I articulate the vision with my team? Pull them together. Have them share their individual whys. What is it that drives them? What do they care about? I would pull key team members together. Those individuals around you are like, oh, I'm going to build my business around them. There's some others that maybe you hired that are just filling seats. Those are probably not the people in this room. You want the ones that have been showing that they care, that they want to do more, and they share some of your core values and their purpose and what they want to achieve. More than likely, you can find a purpose, a why, that's a line that pulls everyone together like, oh, that includes all of our why. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we want to do. We want to find a shared why, right? There's a shared vision. So the purpose has to be shared. So purpose, values, mission, bring them together. Talk about this. We take people through a little boot camp, have a couple hours every single week for an entire month with coaching and everything in between to help them really distill and get their ideas out, bring them together, have the debates, get the wordsmithing right until everyone's just leaning in and they're saying, yes, this is something worth fighting for. this is something worth putting my time and energy into. You'll find them sacrificing personal time to pull this off because they care so much. They'll be like in the shower, solving your business issues, thinking about it. What a change, right? That's what comes from powerfully setting the vision. It begins with articulating it with them. Let them be a part of it. Let them create with you. And you'll unleash amazing power and potential from your team through that process. Okay, so that's the first thing. Co-create it. It's done best in shared space. Think to yourself, if we're in creation mode, which articulating is creation mode, then you need to have time and space set aside that you can actually focus on it. You can't just, send me a few ideas. This isn't going to be done in a 1-hour lunch. This is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of thinking about. You may want them to actually go and talk with their spouse or with their significant others or with other people in their community who they trust, who know them well, that can help them even identify their own core values they may have never thought about before. But this co-creation process is powerful. They'll discover some things about themselves. They'll tap into an energy source that they didn't even know they had, and that energy will be aligned with you in helping to grow the business that each of you have helped to think about, dream about, and plan for. And they'll be in it with you. So this is this articulating the vision with your team. I always suggest either an offsite or a boot camp type of thing that you're going to take the time, you're going to work through, you're going to put things on the board, people are going to come up and do it. And as a little leader tip, I always say in these situations, as a leader, hold back. Sometimes as we think, I'm the leader, I need to be talking and leading the whole time. No. Have other people lead portions of it. Don't share your opinion right away. Pull it from them. They're all waiting to see where do you say they should go, and then they're going to go. That's just being an employee. You want to wait. You want to draw it out of them. You want them acting like a business owner and beginning to think and push out their ideas. Help them help you distill it to really great words that inspire them and that we can act from. Okay? So just think through that. Set that vision. I need a purpose. I need core values out of that, and I'm going to need the mission. And Brett has done a great series in teaching us more about these things. Once you've articulated it, you need to create a plan for how you're going to execute. I was working with one business owner. I mean, he was great. They were great at running their business, and the plan that they had in place and they did very well with was very operationally focused in so many ways. They had their goals set up for their annual and quarterly goals and things that were needed in order for them to hit to make the progress towards their mission goal, right? The mission goal on the vision is normally a 3 to 5 year out there thing, maybe 20 years and something a little closer we can reach for, steps along the way. They had the goals to hit on their operations pretty clear, and they did pretty well on that. But their plan around how they were going to get from 3 million to 10 million, outside of operations going to have to hit these numbers, they knew they needed to build certain strengths they didn't have yet and leverage some of the others they did have. Probably new processes, even new departments, new hires that were going to be critical, just new strengths to meet the market's demands in a different and better way so they could grow. They couldn't just keep doing the same thing they'd always done. He pulled me in at this point, and we realized, well, you don't actually have much of a plan other than who was supposed to move this forward. It's like, yeah, well, I thought they were just supposed to take care of it. That's great. That was a great trust, but that was kind of like abdication instead of delegation, right? So abdication is where you just kind of, you do it. We just throw it off over there. Delegation is where you've been very clear. Here's what the metrics of success will be against this. Here's the definition of doing it right. Here's what the metrics showing us that we actually will have built this new strength, this new ability to meet the market demands, right? That we have that clear, that a whole team's built around it, and that they have built a plan that leadership has all agreed, yeah, that'll work, and we can support that resource-wise, time-wise, all of that, right? A full plan. And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, we haven't really done that. It's like, all right, let's begin that part. So the second piece is to make a clear plan. And so we need a plan laid out and great project management on these strategic issues. Again, he was good at the operations. It was these strategic things and these shifts in their business that they weren't so good at and didn't have a rhythm and meetings, things set up to help them really execute against that. 3 years was all it took for them to go from 3 million to 10 million. They weren't growing crazy fast. Others have done it faster. But for them, that was the key. Again, the co-creation principle applies here too, not just articulating the vision, but in creation of the plan. The last piece in setting the vision is to champion the vision through to completion. And this can be uncomfortable for some leaders. If you've ever felt like, hey, we're running the plan and why is everyone not on board? Why, like, they're all getting distracted, they're doing other things, or over here, over there, like they're busy taking care of customer demands, which is great, you want them to do that, but we're not moving forward on the strategic initiatives that we've set. Well, we have a funny thing in life, and it's called forgetfulness. There's a doorway effect. People walk through a door and they forget what they came in. When they leave your planning meeting and they enter into their office where the daily demands are screaming at them, they forget what the plan was. We have the job to keep the vision clear in their minds at all times. Wow, that's gonna be challenging. The more people you have, the more challenging it is. The more people you'll need to enroll to help you do that. Let's pretend you've got a team of 10 to 15 people. Well, on that one, it's you. You're the one that's championing the vision. If you've got a team of 45 or 50, you've got some lieutenants that are helping you also champion that vision. It looks on the daily like this. What meetings do you have in place? In those meetings, do you have time set aside to remind people what the vision is? Remember why we're here? We're here to help realize potential today. Are we tracking where they say, and this week, we realized potential another 13 times. We needed to hit it 15. How are we going to get 2 more this week? So are we bringing it up? Now, what's happening is we're solving regular problems, day-to-day issues in the business, while pointing them back to our vision. I'm helping them remember who we are, why we're here, where we're going. If you become the center point of your business, that's not going to win. If the vision's the center point, your team knows where to go. Because what happens if you have a bad day? If they don't know, well, what does David want today? That's a losing solution for a business. While if we're always serving this higher level purpose, they know where to go. They know what to do, even if I'm off for a day. And that's a winning formula for them. If you want to keep the meaning high in your business, then at those meetings that you have, to bring and reinforce the vision while you're off doing the operations and strategic work. And in these ad hoc moments that you do celebrations, remember to use stories. Storytelling is one of the most powerful tools that great leaders use in order to keep the meaning high. Stories connect to your team. Stories, though, are powerful because the listener of a story puts themselves in the protagonist's shoes, or they become the hero of the story. They listen to it like, yeah, that's cool. And your team members are the heroes of this story. They're the ones that help to free somebody else up. They remember it, they feel good, and it is an endless source of motivation when they feel that their purpose and their work is aligned and they're having impact. And that's what you do with a solid vision that you champion through to the end. If we don't share those stories at our meetings, in those ad hoc little touches, if we don't show the meaningful metric of progress and remind people that that's what we're about, they will forget and they'll just focus and think, well, our whole purpose here is to just make a profit for you, the owner, which guess what? Is not very motivating for them. So keep the meaning high, and they will serve that purpose. And they'll also help create a great profit for you and be able to fund the future growth and the great goals that you have set up with your long-term vision with your team. All right, so hopefully what we gathered from this overall on this setting the vision is, again, we articulate with our team a clear vision that's actionable and that creates meaning, belonging, a sense of contribution. That's our purpose, core values, and mission. That needs to be there, and the team all bought in because they were part of doing it. We have to have a clear plan to execute on that vision, and we need to detail that out well enough that everybody sees how they contribute to the plan, how they make a difference in the progress on the daily, both strategically and operationally. And then finally, we need to champion the vision through to the end till we achieve that mission, and then we set another mission and another one. We keep growing with the team in doing that, and we take every opportunity. You will feel like you have said your purpose 1,000 times too many. and that people are going to roll their eyes in the back of their head. Oh, here we are talking about realizing potential again, or whatever your purpose is. And I want you to know, for them, they love it. They love hearing about it again. Now, I want to give you one watch out. If you do all of these things we're talking about really well and talk a big talk, put it out there and everyone's engaged and they're excited about it and we're seeing it and we're progressing, and then they see you and your actions not living aligned with that vision, then the hypocrisy flag goes up. And what's that look like? That looks like you not caring as much about the vision, instead serving some immediate desire or need and throwing aside the vision. Well, business is business, and sometimes you just have to do it like this instead of living aligned with your overall vision. If you act that way, it all goes out, and it's worse than you'd never done anything before. So a leader needs to do all those things, and articulating it, planning it, talking about it, building it into your processes where it shows up everywhere, yes, but most importantly, living it. And there will be times as a leader that you betray a core value, that you do something because you felt backed into a wall or whatever it was, and you acted in a way that was misaligned to the vision. That'll happen because you're human. A great leader calls everyone together because everyone will know of your big mess up. So you bring everyone together and you let them know in a public apology way. I want you to know that this vision matters so much to me, but I did the following, which was directly against this vision. And I don't want you to give a single excuse for why you did it, that you were hungry, that you were tired, that you were stressed, that money was tight. I don't want a single excuse coming for why you weren't serving the vision at that moment. And you're sharing a plan of how you're going to remedy that. What you've done, you're asking what else needs to be done, and you're asking for support from the group to still serve the vision and to help you do the same. That you, just like everyone else, makes mistakes, and you're sorry, and you're going to do better. And you are not going to mess up in that area again. That's what a great leader would do. So if you want to be a visionary leader, and you really want to tap into the best, first, set the vision, live true to it, and you will see an enormous amount of energy enter into your business and moving you the right direction. Now, what we do with it is what we're going to talk about next. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. We want to thank you by giving you a gift to offer you a little bit of value to help you in your business growth. We have the proven leadership system to help you grow from 7 figures to 10+ million revenues without losing your mind or your sanity or your family. Please enjoy these tools, from a growth readiness assessment to an ebook teaching you about the systems that are needed to help you build to that next level and shift gears in your leading, to the leadership model and the elite business growth method. Other tools are also available. Please click below to access these tools and begin your growth journey.